All right, so we have these little gems, and I have water. This is ice water. There's no ice in it, but it is, trust me, very cold. We've taken the ice out. And I have my wife, Chef Luz, who is helping me. And so she's already taken off the bad outside leaves, and then the rest of the leaves are going to go in here. And rather than cutting the bottom off, you see that she's pulling the leaves off of the core. And she'll just continue to go around until all the leaves have been separated. This lettuce looks really nice on the inside. The outside is a little dark, but the inside is good. Now, be aware that these yellow leaves, they're very delicious, but the yellow leaves are a bit more bitter than the outside leaves, which are a little softer and a little bit sweeter. So it doesn't take much, but it needs a little bit of agitation. So once it's been agitated and you check it and you're happy with it, you're going to put them in something to allow them to drain. I am not an advocate of a salad spinner, not a fan at all. A salad spinner is okay if you are maybe on site and doing a big event and you're going to be serving that salad immediately. You can use a salad spinner. If not, doing this way is the best way. No spinner, what we'll do is we'll just let this drip a little bit, make sure that it's not sitting in the sun. I'll go by every now and then and turn it a little bit. And if you need to, you can very gently pat it dry with paper towel. And then these are small enough, see we have some here already, that those make a good salad, these small leaves. And this is where the chef's quote-unquote vision of the salad will come in. I have seen some chefs in very high-end restaurants, they'll use the whole leaves. I am one of those chefs. I believe in having everything in bite-sized pieces. So for me, this is really just the first step, this cleaning of the lettuces. Hello, Chef Jim here. And now we're going to talk about salads. So we have various types of salads. We have simple salads, compound salads, complex salads, potato salad, tuna salad, noodle salads, Asian salads. I mean, it runs the gamut. So, but here now it's height of summer, and we're going to make a nice garden salad. And this is kind of a simple salad that we're going to gussy up a little bit and make it fancy. So I have my little gems, which are here. The lettuce has already been washed. This is regular romaine. And I just check underneath it. Yep, see, it's pretty well. It's dripping just a little bit, but not much. So I'm just going to make one salad right now, so I really don't need all of this. But what I do have here is, this is my mise en place for my salad. In a basic salad, even a basic salad has 4 distinct components that we're going to be working on. And if you focus on these components individually, then the end result should be a really nice salad with a variety of texture and flavors and colors and height, and highlighting what is the best in the season or from the garden. So the first thing that we have is called the base. And the base is just what it sounds like. It's usually a large piece of lettuce or a couple of larger pieces of lettuce that the rest of the salad sits on. And the base does a couple of things. So the base helps keep it tight and centered, and putting it on that base also helps give it a little bit of lift, because height is one of those things that we're going for, and it's not always easy to get height out of leaves. Especially if we're going to put other things on top of them, like other vegetables. So I'm going to make today, it's really just going to be a single serving salad, hopefully kind of a fancy salad. So that's all I really need for my base. Right there. I'm going to set that aside for the moment. And then I need The second thing after the base is the body of the salad. And the body is the main part of the salad. That's really what you're eating. That's, you want to present that as a whole, even though it has a lot of different parts. You want to keep the interest of the eye and of the senses for a really nice salad. So the body is really the bulk of that. So the body of this one, we're not going to use romaine again, but I am going to use these little gems. And I'm going to first take some of these tender ones off of the inside, the ones that I like. There, that should be plenty actually for one salad. It may be too much. So I'm going to use all my good leaves first, and then I'll go to these leaves. I would still use these leaves, but what I would do with these leaves is this. I would never really take a knife to these leaves. These are too tender. This is actually pretty tasty. But there you have it. That's a good looking leaf. I'll also mention that we washed this lettuce 4 times. It was really quite dirty, this lettuce. Washed it really well once, took it apart. I taped that, and then as we were going through it, we could still feel the sand on it, so it went back to the sink, and we washed it another couple of times. All right, so this is going to be really the body of our lettuce, or of our salad here. So something like this. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. I was going to say, we don't want something too big, like a big chunk of lettuce in there that surprises us. So I'll go through and this, and what I want is nice pieces. And again, I think I've mentioned that some chefs, they'll take the salad and build the salad with these big leaves like this, and then put all the other ingredients on top of it. I'm not a fan of that, because what that means to me as a guest is I have to now ask for a knife to cut my salad. And I am just morally opposed to taking a knife to a salad. So that's why I'll always do this. But please be aware that not all chefs do it this way. And some very good chefs do whole heads as salads, and they're really very delicious. All right, so there's that. This I'm going to put in my compost. All right, so we have the base, the body, and some of this is going to be the body as well. And then after the body is the dressing. So this is the dressing that we made earlier. So see, it's still, and that was a little while ago that I made that, and it's still holding together fairly well. So that's my dressing. And then after the dressing comes the garnish. So we have the base, the body, the dressing, and then the garnish is last. And everything that you see here, everything here is edible. So we have some edible flowers. These are actually the little blossoms off the cucumbers. This is borage, and this is a really very pretty little purple or blue flower. It's a little bit peppery, as are pansies, as are nasturtiums. They have a little bit of a peppery flavor to them. So they add not only this beautiful variety of color and shape, but flavor as well. So these are some of the young small leaves from the nasturtiums. This is a little bit of parsley. Here we have some mint. And then here, these big leaves here in the middle, that's arugula. And these little leaves with the red lines, guess what? Also arugula. And then these little small ones, these little small leaves right here, are tatsoi. And we have a little bin going where it's a variety of lettuces that come up at different times of the year, and there always seems to be something growing in there. So that's where these things have come from. All of these have come from outside. So there's lots of variety in the summer to choose from. And then we're also going to use some of our lemon cucumbers and some of the cucumbers, some of our English cucumbers that we cut earlier. So, and then a little bit of nuts just for some texture and because it's delicious and we like it. So I'm going to put this down. Here's my plate. that I'm going to use for my salad. So here's my base right here. All right. So I want to take my cucumbers here, these big ones, and I'm going to dress them just a little bit. And I don't dress them with the greens because the greens are too delicate. And if these big pieces end up on top of the greens, it presses the greens down. So I'm going to do this just for the moment. And I think that's really too many. Sorry. I got a little excited there trying to get rid of all the cucumbers. So I'll put them here, kind of, so that they're pretty obvious. We don't want to hide them. We want them to be seen. All right. Then the next thing we do, see, I had an ulterior motive for that. I wanted to coat the bowl with a little bit of the salad dressing. So it's really best practice to toss the lettuce a little bit. But here's the thing, don't overdo it. If you have, that's like a teaspoon that I put in there. Look at that. See how much that is? It's a very small amount. Now you're going to see Chef Jim use his hands. All right, so this goes in. I'm going to put in a few slices of these cucumbers because they're thin slices and they're not going to weight down the lettuce like the big pieces of lemon cucumber would. Now I can put in a little of my arugula, maybe a couple big pieces of the arugula, a little tatsoi, a little of that, and a little of that, a little of the mint. The mint really gives it a nice summertime. So you saw how much dressing I put in there. What you want is enough dressing that you have shine. Look at that, see? Everything is shining. And you don't want so much that when you do that, it pulls up in the bottom of the bowl. So the reason I like to use my hands is because this part right here is really hard to do with tongs. So we want to kind of keep it in the center as much as possible. All right, and try not to weight it down. So just because you have it doesn't mean you have to use it. All right, so now this is where some chefs will break out their tongs. They keep their tongs, you know, in their pockets, and they'll do very specific placements of flowers and cut herbs and things like that. And I'm just really wanting to show off, you know, what I found in the garden and show you how easy it is to make a nice looking salad that impresses. So we have color, we have texture. What else? Oh yeah, these. That's a very nice looking salad. And then we're not quite done yet. Just a small pinch of these. Not enough to weight anything down. So you can use, I use seeds. This is a small seed mix. Of course, you can use pumpkin seeds. You can roast your own seeds. You can use almonds. You can do candied peanuts, whatever you want to. But that is your basic salad. It looks pretty delicious. I think I'd like to have that. So remember, we have the base, which was the big leaf, the body, which was the bulk of the salad, the garnish, which part of the base is the garnish. It's all kind of built in, and the salad dressing. The salad dressing, we keep it simple. The salad dressing, we don't overdress, and you can see there's none left in the bottom, just what's coated on there. So once it's dressed, it's like, this is when you hit the little bell and you yell, pick up for table 6. Because once it's dressed, you got about 10 minutes, if you're lucky, before it starts to go down. Right before, and I mean right as it's being picked up, I would literally, when I helped with the catering, I would do this. and there will be somebody literally right behind me picking up the salads as we go. This is Maldon salt, and this is a very large coarse flake salt, and this gives amazing crunch and texture to a lot of different things, and it's especially good on salads. So again, right before it goes out, I take a good pinch, and just like that, now it's ready to go. But once you've dressed it, again, once you've dressed it and once you've put salt on it, the clock is ticking. It's time to go. All right, so that's a beautiful salad. Let's see yours.